Hey everybody, welcome to Dad's Den of Pop Culture and a toy video today, a little toy review of the new wave of Micronauts figures from Super 7, the interchangeable world of Micronauts. So in wave 1, we had Baron Karza and we had Biotron. Now, the Biotron figure would have been much larger than this back in the day, as would the Karza and Force Commander figures. And you can see Force Commander is very similar to Baron Karza in terms of their structure. So this is Wave 2. We have, as I said, Force Commander, leader of the Micronauts. Come in a little bit closer, look at some of that card art. Very nice. And you know what? I love that word mark, I believe is the actual term for it, rather than sometimes people say logo. And on the back, we see, again, the 4 figures that they now have in this line from Super 7, Baron Karza, Biotron, Force Commander, and Microtron. And we also get, like on the old Transformers figures, we get this, this little data card. Force Commander, function Prince of Homeworld. Force Commander, ruler of Homeworld, the capital of the Microverse, under the rule of Baron Karza, captured and merged with his horse Oberon in the body banks. He temporarily became a centaur-like being. As Force Commander, he was leader of the rebellion against Baron Karza. And you notice this little data chart on the Transformers used to require a little piece of translucent red plastic to be able to read it. And when I was showing these off in a live stream, I said, man, I wish I had one of those handy. And lo and behold, just before I was doing this video, I see exactly such a thing on my side table. I don't even know when I put it there. Honest to God, I have no idea where it came from. Maybe it was just fate. So there we go. There's the stats, I guess we could say, using the red plastic, but you could see it's pretty visible without as well. Strength, intelligence, speed, endurance, courage, and skill. Okay, so that's Force Commander. And then we have Microtron, diminutive roboid attendant. Let's get a close up on some of the art there, which is really, really, really nice. Looks just beautiful. Here's our figure. We pop that over. Again. 3, 2, 1. We get the figures in the line, and we get Microtron, function assistant robot. Microtron has been Princess Mari's diminutive roboid attendant since her birth. He is equipped with an interlingual translator. He never abandons her while she joins the underground and the Micronauts fighting Baron Karza. And I really hope we get Princess Mari. And here we go. There's his little stat line. Okay. Well, what we like to do on this channel is pop these babies off the card so we can get a closer look at them. So I'm going to do that, and we'll get a quick cut, and you will see them outside of the plastic. And here we have the 2 new recruits outside of the packaging. I was going to say outside of the box. It's a card. Okay. Off the card. We can see, let's get a closer look here at Force Commander. Let's look at this. We got bendable knees. The legs move around a bit. The feet do not. They're stationary. We can move the head a bit this way and that way. Moves at the waist. Moves at the arms. And at the elbows. Okay, so a pretty good range of movement for the character. And on his back, we have this. Now this is removable for Baron Karza. And of course, it is removable for him as well. And of course, part of the beauty of Micronauts early on was that you could take them apart and put them back together in various forms that you liked. These do not really do that. That's not really the idea here, but that was the initial beauty of the line. It was very modular. Great line. Its popularity boosted massively when Star Wars came out, and they didn't have figures ready yet for that first Christmas. So here we have Microtron. You see how the arms can move, etc. Let's see, can we move the head? Oops. Yes, we can. He moves at the waist, backward and forward. It's basically got an O-ring kind of design going there, which I found out taking him out of the packaging, which was not all that easy. And we see these also move his little track legs. Oh, and we do have movement at the elbows for the arms. Very nice. Now he comes with this little drill attachment. You can put it in the back. You could put it in one of these dudes in the front. And very wisely, does not fit in the little, yeah, it doesn't fit there. I mean, I don't think it would fit there, of course. I didn't try to do that or anything. I'm sure they thought that one through. So there's Microtron. Obviously, you know, there was a time where you would have said, oh, this guy was like a ripoff of R2-D2, but of course he predates R2-D2, so R2-D2 is probably a ripoff of him. No, he's not. He's not. And for those who hadn't seen the first wave, here's old Biotron, who's not quite as mobile. Well, no, I guess he is. I guess I was forgetting. I was thinking he didn't bend at the elbows, but he does. He's got this little track piece that comes off, and of course, you know, in terms of modularity, you could do something like that if you wanted to. Not exactly sure why he needs a drill on his back, but you know, not really also sure why he needs these little tracks on his back, so he could maybe, you know, drive around. Look, you know, it's his life, and I'm not going to tell him how to live it. And of course, here we'll get a closer look at the evil Baron Karza and the good Force Commander. And you could see how Star Wars time, this guy could have been a pretty good replacement for Darth Vader, since that wasn't out and available yet. And they have basically the same kind of backpack. They were based on the same bodies, just different colored plastic. And they both did, back in the day, you would be able to remove the top half of one of these characters and put him on this horse. And they mentioned that on the little, let's get that to focus. There we go. They would get, they mentioned that on his little data card, that he was merged with a horse at one point. So there we go. Pretty good range of motion, of movement. We do have little, well, they're little hexagonal sort of holes on the feet, would presumably work with a lot of different bases. So if you want to do something, you know, a little more interesting with the characters. Now, they don't have any weapons that you could put in their hands, although the hand is obviously designed that it could hold such a weapon. If you had it, you could probably buy all sorts of different little props that would fit in there for that. And just for the fun of it, I don't have a lot of Micronauts stuff from my childhood, but I did have a couple things. One of them was this, which was the thorium orbiter. There's a rhodium orbiter, which I have, and a thorium orbiter. And you could see kind of the point of these is that the pieces came apart. You could take these off, and these, by the way, were little periscopes. So you could look through here and see. You can kind of see. And let's put, see if we can get. So you see, there's little Baron Karza looking at us. What are you idiots doing there? Okay, so this is an original piece. The original Micronaut characters that would fit into this cockpit were quite a bit smaller than these. And as I said, these were initially 7-inch figures in the original line. They shrunk them down. But even at this shrunk down size, they wouldn't fit in here. Star Wars figures wouldn't either. And hopefully, I'm hoping that's another thing that they do, are some of the little, you know, humanoid, you know, say I'm missing one of the wheels for this guy. Some of the little humanoid figures. Some of them were called, I think, Pharaohs, and there were some others. But I hope they re-release some of those as well. And I would really love it too if we would get some of the characters from the comic book showing up as action figures. Although I don't know in terms of, who has rights, who has ownership, who has licensing. That can get kind of complicated in this day and age with toys and such. But there we go. Force Commander. We'll take one more look at him. There's the front, side, and rear. Straighten that up a little bit. Don't want to walk around with a crooked backpack. Undermines your authority. And Microtron, front and side, and rear. And I got to be honest with you, I'm loving this Microtron. I didn't have these when I was a kid. I like those. I like the movement you get, and it's a very easy movement too. That's a really fun figure. I really dig this. Yeah, like I said, I only had a few of these when I was a kid. Probably I was 5 when Star Wars came out, so by the time I was old enough to start asking for a lot of these kind of toys for Christmas, the Star Wars figures were pretty much already out there and available, and that's what I would have been going for. I don't know when I got these. Now, this is one that I've rebought later in life, just a few years ago, but I did have one of these when I was a kid. I don't even know where they came from. If it was a hand-me-down from somebody else or what, or if I had actually gotten it for Christmas too long ago, I just don't remember. But didn't really have any of these as a kid, but I love the designs. And I was super happy to see that Super 7 was producing them. I've been an avid collector so far, and if the quality keeps up, I will continue to be a collector. I can't wait. These are going to look great on the shelf. Let me know in the comments what you think, not only of this particular line of figures from Super 7, but of just Micronauts in general. Any good memories of them from your childhood? I would love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this little quick video review of these figures, please give it a like. Maybe think of subscribing to the channel. Share with a friend. We do toy videos every so often, but in Dad's Den, we also talk movies and TV and comic books and regular books, even ones that don't have any pictures in them at all. And we talk games, role-playing games and board games, just basically all of the fun pop culture stuff that I love and want to share with other people. So if that sounds good to you, you might want to subscribe. But until next time, God bless everybody. Please be kind to one another. Have a little bit of fun out there. And I will see you hopefully again soon in Dad's Den of Pop Culture. Bye-bye.